Good to go. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the meeting to order at 6 p.m. Make a roll call, please.
Michael Cashman.
Present.
Thomas Wood.
Here.
Charles Costick.
Here.
Dina Isabella.
Here.
Daniel Bosley.
Here.
James Coffey is absent. And I, Katie Colucci, am present.
All right. Is there anyone seeking public comment this evening? Move forward into supervisor. A couple of different things, kind of popcorn style here. I did have a conversation with a NICEAG representative in regards to the resolution that we adopted a week or two ago. I will tell you that it was a positive conversation from the standpoint is that we definitely generated interest from NICEAG to better lean in and have some dialogue. Right now, what I am attempting to do is to work with this representative to see if we can get basically an on-site pop-in day where people can come in with their bills and talk with customer service representatives, because there really is, to some degree, a number of discrepancies that are going on, and it's not like, and I know some people are going to say that the bills are too high. I'm not disputing that, I'm not taking a position on that, but just to be hyper-focused for a moment on the idea of, you could talk to Mrs. Smith and Mrs. Warner, and they could have different things going on, and everything else could seem to be the same, but there's differences. Also, there may be some services that they are not affording themselves to, that NICEAG has as ways to combat some of the expenses and so on and so forth. It's not for us to manage that. What I'm seeking to do is to advocate getting them in the region, to have these conversations directly with the customers. And the idea is to have a day or two to get them on site to have these conversations. Town Hall is really not the best location, though, for a variety of reasons, parking and such. So I am trying to work with them to identify a possible space up at Clinton Community College. Don't have a date yet. Hoping that they will do either, I'm hoping at least more than one day. What I'm advocating for, at least at this time, is to do like maybe Tuesday and Wednesday, where they would have some morning sessions, some evening, and then maybe some morning and evening or something like that. It sounds like they've done some of these types of things in other communities before, but it's trying to find a model that would be that would work here. And the other thing that I said in having these conversations, I think it's really important that it's not just town of Plattsburgh residents.
That's what I was going to ask you.
So, and because, it's impacting a lot of people.
Right.
And when people hear about it, and that was part of the reason the town hall here would not be the best location, is I wanted to make sure that there was ample parking, that there was accessibility, bathrooms, so on and so forth. So as I get more information, I'll let you folks know what's going
This
on.
is also a good time to perhaps say that we need to improve a little bit of infrastructure, so we have enough power to.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on, and again, being engaged in some active conversations. I do know the individual fairly well. I was pleased. It was a productive conversation. This individual needs to run up the corporate ladder, and there isn't a commitment to it yet, but I just wanted to make people aware that this is exactly why we take positions of advocacy. So. Speaking of advocacy, building off of that, I will be down in Albany next week, and there are a number of our colleagues anticipated going down from Clinton County secured meetings with Senator Steck, Assemblyman Jones. We'll be meeting with some other individuals, building off of the momentum of the last couple of years. Want to give special kudos to Assemblyman Jones for being down actually at the Association of Towns Conference as the new chair of the Assembly's Local Governments Committee. I know AOT has been working with him a lot, and as an officer we continue to build some relationships there. I will be hand carrying our bill that we've been working on for the occupancy tax as it relates to trying to get some money for infrastructure. So that's one of the items that, as I said, was on my agenda to bring down there. Also want to note, again, just some of the dynamics in the political world or the political landscape of things. It is much anticipated that the tariffs, specifically with Canada, I know Mexico as well, but with Canada, are to likely take hold next week, which is about 25% across the board. I think it was really important for people to know that that will have a sweeping impact on many things, kitchen table items. It will have an impact on some of our businesses. Some of the businesses have already expressed that they don't plan to expand right away, even with some projects that they had kind of in the pipelines. There is also an impact that is likely, and is actually started, taking a hold with Canadian visitors down to our region as well. Lack of Canadian visitors has a direct impact on our restaurants, our hotels, shopping, commerce, etc. So I just make you aware of that, as we continue to look at things. I know often we don't look to necessarily engage on national things, but we need to look at things through the lens of the region as a border community. So just making you aware that I've been actively engaged in conversations with the Chamber of Commerce, our state and federal legislators, and our business community, and residents at large. So those are the big things that I just want to share with you briefly today. Tonight, given the fact of the materials that we have before us and just kind of how things have fallen on the calendar, we do have a hybrid meeting this evening. The first resolution that I would like to bring forward for consideration is Resolution 74, Capital Project Closure.
Whereas the following capital projects outlined below are completed as of December 31st of 2024 and need to be closed. Cliff Haven Sewer Capital Project, the Consolidated Sewer District, the Streetlight LED Conversion, the SLC Fund, and the BMG Phase Project 1 General Fund. Whereas for the Cliff Haven Sewer Capital Projects, the remaining cash balances will be transferred to the Cadyville Wastewater Treatment Plant Capital Project. For the BMG Phase 1 project, the remaining cash balances will be transferred to the BMG Phase 2A. And for the Streetlight LED Conversion, there are no remaining cash balances. Therefore be it resolved that the town board does hereby authorize the closure of the capital projects as outlined, and be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and the director of water and wastewater.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Isabella, is there a second?
Second.
Austin, is there any discussion?
Because the LED process is finished, isn't it?
The conversion of the lights.
Conversion.
The lights.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Now we just replace them as we need.
Correct. Yeah,
And-
we
and the
still have a
maintenance program.
Yeah, we have a maintenance agreement
Yeah.
with non-club.
Anything further? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution does carry, thank you. Resolution 75, December 2024 budget amendment.
Whereas the town may need to amend the 2024 budget to reflect changes in revenues and expenditures during the year, and whereas the budget amendments will be offset from existing fund balance or additional revenues, therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Plattsburgh authorize the following budget amendment as attached, and be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
I'm gonna give it to Wood. Sosnick, any discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution carries. Last active resolution for consideration is Resolution 76, request to attend the New York Planning Federation Conference with Banner Gravelly.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh Codes and Zoning Department is required to maintain professional training and development, and whereas it is in the best interest of the town of Plattsburgh Codes and Zoning Department to update technical knowledge and new regulation information regarding code enforcement, zoning board of appeals, case law, and seeker. Now therefore be resolved that Brianna Gravel be allowed to attend the New York Planning Federation Conference held on April 8th, or 6th through the 8th of 2025 in Cooperstown, New York. It is further resolved that $302 for lodging and meals, $290 for registration be charged to the Code and Zoning Department budget, account as stated here. It is be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and the Codes and Zoning Department.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Bella, is there a second?
Second.
Lovely. Any discussion?
There's three people going together though, I see that.
They are, and the reason that they were not all part of the joint resolution is that we needed to make sure that she could attend, and we also needed to have some conversation about coverage with the office and stuff like
Okay.
this. Yep, yep. And it's two different departments too.
I know it's two different departments, and I just wanted to.
Yep. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Resolution carries. Thank you. That concludes the active resolutions before you this evening. You do have draft resolutions, including minutes, monthly reports, a request to attend the PERMA annual conference, recreation program contract services, 3% site plan return deposit. I know Tom loves good site plan deposit return. Appoint of Austin Devens as an MEO2 in the highway department. Authorization to advertise bids for the project titled Town Hall Accessibility. I want to be clear on the Town Hall accessibility. That is for the vestibule. We continue to take an internal look on our accessibility and upgrades for the facilities. It is tethered to the larger conversation about even the Town Hall project that we've been talking about. So it needs to be clarified that, it's one drop in a.
One little part of it.
Still has to
Yeah,
be done.
no, it does, but but I want people to understand that this is something that's been in the works for a while, with that. And then finally, there's a resolution to hold a public hearing, type, seeker, action for law number 1. And then just before I go to committee reports, the last thing that I wanna bring up, and I know Jim isn't here this evening, several weeks ago, we were asked to consider a dog tethering law for the town. Jim is doing his due diligence just to make sure that the language meets general standards. He hasn't seen anything as of yet, but I would imagine in the next 2 to 3 weeks, let's put it out, a little bit further, just to be on the safe side. I imagine a draft will be before you, and we will probably be setting a public meeting, public hearing, all right?
Now, the public hearing that we're setting,
Yep.
that's necessary for going ahead with, I lost a second. That's just a seeker, right?
Correct.
Okay. We have to pass another resolution after that, and
I would have to go through it again, Tom, process-wise, but I believe so, yeah.
okay.
And then, any committee reports?
I would say that Dana and I had a great meeting last night with our local fire and EMS providers. I think everybody's aware that we're able to allow those agencies to fuel here through the town, through state contract pricing, which is a significant savings, especially for the volunteer fire departments, volunteer EMS. We are doing upgrade with the fuel pumps, so we want to make sure that they were aware, et cetera, but I think it was a very good meeting. I do want to call out Mike Drew. Mike did a great job, because the pumps are going to be off for a couple of weeks, offline for a couple of weeks. These agencies still are going to be running. He's made steps to make sure that they have gas cards that they can use at local gas stations. So he's done a lot of steps to really help that out. So, but it's good to keep that rapport up. And also just want to say, Tom and I had a great meeting with Parks and Recs. I will say there's snow out there. So they have a lot of their programs that are going on with the snow that they've had some difficulty, having those participants
Particularly
get
with
there
the
and
cold
take
weather.
place. But we've got snow, so you gotta go on the website and see what they're doing and get ready to sign up for the summer stuff, because that's not that far away.
Any other committee reports?
I just wanna, it's not really a committee report, I do wanna thank, the town, as we see, like,
Yeah,
we
just
just
every time.
approved for Brianna to go to a conference. I wanna thank the town for supporting us being able to go. I know we were here last Thursday after NIAT, but a week of reflection on that, I'm very grateful that we have the opportunity to continue to be trained on an annual basis about what's going on in government, what's going on local level and the state level. And, you know, honestly, I left there feeling very positive. As our state elected officials spend some time with us, I definitely left there feeling very positive about New York State and where we are. So thank you to the town for providing us this opportunity on an annual basis. I appreciate it.
Any other reports? Going once, or twice, sold. All right, we will adjourn tonight's meeting then at 6:16 PM.
Ding dong and the bell out.
Please drive safely and stay warm.
Oh, that's right.
It's in court. That,